I don't know if Christmas came early or if I came late, but it's up a day earlier than usual. Or maybe, like I said, maybe I just didn't realize that it was out on Saturdays. But here we are, we're recording, and you guys are getting this a day early, and I'm happy boy. So, before we get on to much real quick, I'd just like to say to the margarine hater, the scene with Ciel getting his shirt cut off was so hot. Thank you. We didn't need that, but you said it anyway. So, thanks for that.
I stand before you and ask you to be my drudge. Ciel, Phantom Hive, what say you?
You honor me. I humbly accept.
It's still weird to me that, like, nobody was there to officiate it. I mean, it's not that anybody would say that they're a drudge of somebody, and, you know, it wouldn't take much to say that you're not, but it's like, man, being a drudge is such a big thing, especially if you're a drudge for a prefect, or a prefect's drudge's drudge. I don't think it goes any lower than that, but that's the kind of thing you would assume is like, hey, we're all collectively going to hold you to the standard that you are this person's drudge. It's just weird that it's happening in a dark area, you know, after school. It's just like, well, you do that, and with all these rehearsed words. Can we just take a minute to appreciate how hot Bassie? I think that's Bassie now, just with a little bit of like purple chromatic aberration or something like that, but I'm still really hoping it's Grell. Spooky scary skeleton. Oh, you're right. And I'm simply one hell of a butler. There you go, I win again.
You really took the egg on this one, Phantom Hive?
Just seeing you wear our house flower.
Yes.
So, how does it feel?
Thank you.
Everybody. So then I guess what happens is that everybody knows it's happening. They're just not allowed to be there to watch it happen. But why? Like, if it's brotherly, like, you would think, like, it is a personal thing, but it's not. Like, they act like it's a brotherly situation, but it isn't. It's more of like an apprenticeship or something like that, where they're just, you know, it's a big responsibility, but I wouldn't say it's brotherly. So I feel like it's really more of a, you know, everybody, let's, you know, he is promising to do this in exchange for this, and we're going to hold both of them to it, and I feel like that is more accurate, but that is just me and my opinions.
Say, did I spy a smile? It looks good on you.
Smiles.
It gladdens my heart to see you with so many friends, mon petit ami morose.
Hold on, what did Soma just say? It sounded like I know he's not Spanish. I know he's Indian, I think, or Pakistan, but he's in that area of the world, and it sounded like he called him my small rice. Like my small grain of rice. Mi pequeño arroz.
So many friends, mon petit ami morose.
I don't know. I can't speak dumb. I can't speak not American.
The way they were fawning, you'd think I was a prima donna.
A natural
You are a
result
prima
of
donna.
all your excellent performances of late, young master. Perhaps you should consider a career on the stage.
Are you
Yes,
lying?
like in, what was it, the end of season 1 or the end of season, I think it was the end of season 2, where they did a play. That was certainly an episode. They did Hamlet, and then skipped like 3 full scenes.
Perish the thought, my lord. Every word was ardent and sincere.
Now you're just being odious.
Stop saying big words, I only understand American.
You eliminated the social parasite.
Yo, he's literally talking about you guys. And in my camera, I'm pointing back at myself.
All is well, is it not?
For now, but we're still far from our ultimate goal. The Queen's orders were to discover why her blood relation, Derek Arden, along with several other students, sequestered themselves inside Weston. Nobody outside the school has heard from them, not even their families.
Indeed. And yet we haven't had so much as a glimpse of the boys since we arrived.
No, not a single one. This whole thing is patently abnormal. The easiest path would be to compel Weston to send them home. But we're to find the cause, not the missing boys themselves. Which is why I'm certain that Her Majesty knows whatever conspiracy we are to unravel wasn't born from a mere rebellious phase. And if she knows something is rotten in Weston, it must be very rotten indeed.
Is that to say that the Queen only knows, like, the Queen doesn't know things unless they're really bad? Because that doesn't really make sense. Considering that in order for Ciel to know something, it has to go through the Queen.
Of course, we'd be finished if these blasted rules weren't making a proper investigation impossible. We might as well be prisoners.
Yo, the water. Ooh, the tea spilling.
What is more useful to a prisoner than having...
Ooh, it looks so... I mean, it looks so... It looks like they took water pouring green screen and put it in, but it's just slightly not right enough, or they blended in just well enough that it's
In
not.
your pocket. Is that not why you've been courting the prefect's friendship? And I might add, using far more amicable means than usual.
I suppose. Yet despite my efforts, I'm merely a prefect's drudge's drudge. I'm still in no position to attend one of the headmaster's midnight tea parties.
Unfortunate. It seems we've a long road ahead.
We'll go straight to the manor once we're done, and I'll enjoy a proper bath. Here I have to rush in at the last moment so no one will see the scars on my back.
I was thinking, like, why does that matter at all? But I mean, I guess, like, it's just easier to get in last, not deal with it. Because I was thinking, like, what does that even, like, how does that matter? Because all he has to do is just be like, oh, yeah, that was, like, a, thing that happened when I was younger and blah, blah, blah. But then that leads to more questions and lies and, yeah, okay. That makes sense. That makes sense. Carry on.
All that aside, at least I finally made it into the P4's entourage. Now I can sound them out directly about Derek.
Yes. I suggest starting with the prefect of Violet Wolfhouse. Since Derek transferred there, he is most likely to have pertinent information.
Violet, be reasonable. At least tell me how much longer I must maintain this torturous pose you've got me in.
Until I'm finished sketching. Now hold still.
I ask again, when in blazes will that be?
Why so out of sorts? Think of it as a new form of training.
Yes. Training.
Every year with you greenhouse fellows, you'll get so terribly restless near the 4th of June. Standing still might do you some good.
I could say the same for you.
It's the same for boys of all houses. Whenever the 4th approaches, they lose their heads and their marks tend to drop.
I wonder what happens on the 4th.
Please pardon my ignorance. Is something happening then?
It's Weston's annual inter-house cricket tournament.
Cricket, eh?
You know what's better than cricket? Football!
It's a magnificent affair, held but once a year. It all culminates with the Winning House's boat parade on the Thames, which Her Majesty views from Windsor Castle.
You see now, Weston's houses are already fiercely competitive. The tournament compounds it. The entire school is on edge this time of year.
Well, I hate you twits from the other houses so much, I welcome the chance to destroy you.
I do detest how many...
I just... Everyone's like, yes. Oh, that's very interesting. Yeah, it's a friendly competition between all the houses. Yes, quite gentlemanly. And then this guy over here with the crazy get-up and everything is like, I hate you all so much, I'm gonna drown all of you! I'm gonna drown all of you!
visitors the tournament brings to the school, though.
Wait, aren't outsiders forbidden on school grounds?
For the most part, the tournament is an exception. Opening and closing ceremonies are held, and for those, the students may invite guests to the grand dining hall.
Yes, even female guests are allowed. Escorting
What?
jammiest bits of jam is such a wonderful...
So then Is Edward and Ciel going to have to fight over bringing Lizzie? Is that going to be the little thing, is that he has to bring Lizzie to dance with somebody, but Edward probably always did, and then they have to have this whole thing, and that's going to be like the B plot of this episode?
If it works so well, why have I never seen you escorting a woman?
I simply prefer not to limit myself to only one at a time.
He forced Greenhill into that pose, yet he hasn't sketched him once.
Violet, are you finished?
No. Now hush.
No one can compare to Lawrence, though. He has a gaggle of women with him every
They
year.
are my kin, you
A gaggle of women. We knew it. We knew it was the official term for a group of women is a gaggle. Yeah. Let's go.
Oh, right. I remember hearing once that you come from a rather large family, Bluer. I happen to have 2 older sisters of my own. How many siblings do you have?
3 older sisters and 4 younger ones. I am my father's only son.
Ugh, I can barely stand my one younger sister.
That guy sucks so much. The drudge for Violet, whatever, Violet House. He sucks. He just adds nothing important to the entire thing. So I don't know what his deal is gonna be. Like, I feel like he's not gonna end up being the main bad guy, because that doesn't sound, you know, Black Butler. Black Butler, it's gonna be something at least somewhat supernatural. But he's definitely going to be like the key to get, you know, farther. Something's going on with Purple House, I bet, and probably Red House too, because Redmond seems really too happy. But he also might be oblivious, who knows. He sucks so bad, but like obviously Maurice Cole was still the worst ever. But this guy just has no personality, except for, I hate my life, and I hate my dad, and I hate everyone who isn't already dead.
Is very ladylike, sensible, and really no bother at all.
Those aren't the adjectives I would use.
I'd prefer not to invite my sisters.
Something's missing.
Yet they insist on coming.
Violet, I must inform you that I am fast approaching my physical limits!
I'm almost finished. Now stop squirming.
He still has yet to draw Greenhill.
I've just remembered something. Mitford's...
What if he hands everybody out this wonderful picture of themselves, and then Greenhill just kind of gets this stick figure, but he's just kind of upside down, just kind of like T-posing.
Sister is your betrothed, is she not, Phantom Hive?
She is.
Will you invite her?
I suppose.
I want to be perfectly clear. My sister will be in attendance, but only to support me, not him.
I knew it! No pre-watch. I did not do it. I didn't do it.
Oh, goodness. I do look forward to seeing which section Lady Elizabeth will be cheering from. Say, how mature is your relationship, Phantom Hive? You must have at least kissed, no?
So, Phantom Hive, have you put it in her yet? You know what? Look at this. It's the... Rich people's high school is the exact same as any other public school. Public school, we're just more honest. We are straightforward. It's not hidden in layers of pretentious words and accents. So how far have you courted her yet? Have you courted her yet, Phantom Hive? Have you asked for any fellatio? Have you? Just the tip. And then in the guys' locker room in New York, it's just like, "Hey, Bobby, you butter yet? Yeah, brother, at least 42 times. Let's go."
You even suggest such a thing, Redmond? You're a healthy young lad, so you can't expect us to believe you've done nothing.
Oh, please do.
That is more than enough, Chestlock! Lizzie is an angel, not some common strumpet, and you do well not
Beat him up!
Don't start tearing up when you say that! It's off-putting! Those aren't tears!
This is absurd. Seems all walled gardens share the same flowers.
Get a hold of yourselves! The ceremonies exist for one purpose, and that is to rouse the cricketers' fighting spirits, so that every athlete is at their peak strength when they compete. Frolicking with girls is not at all the point. How dare you?
This was going to
But how dare you?
be a masterpiece, but now you've gone and spoiled all my hard work.
Apologies, Violet.
He didn't use him as a model for even a single sketch. His artistic genius is clear, though. Just who is the queer fellow?
He said the word. You say queer.
Eccentrics like the plague. But if I'm to get on his good side, I need to make conversation. I do enjoy a waltz now and then. Do you fancy dancing, Violet?
I hate dancing. It leaves me feeling winded and dizzy.
How unfortunate. And that is the end of that.
But yeah, he's an artist. Why would you assume that he's into dancing? Like, if I walked up to, like, Jaden Animations and was like, "Hey, you like dancing? You like jazz?" And they'd be like, "No, unless you mean going to a Hatsune Miku concert and just going..."
I'll have to change tactics. I just hope I'm not too gauche. Goodness! The 4th of June sounds delightfully exciting. However, I imagine it's ever so hard to battle against a house you're friendly with.
A real friend will always compete in earnest. Anything less would be an insult.
Yes, I suppose that's true.
I don't like that Ciel is me. I know that they're not, like, the biggest buds, but they're not buds. But more what I'm saying is, average person, me. Me. Not with the brains or anything. I would unfortunately probably be in greenhouse, because I can be athletic. Like, I'm no sports bally boy. I like the Buffalo Bills because they're from where I'm from. Josh Allen, let's go. But I worked on a farm as a kid, so I can lift things and then just do stuff and then not complain about it verbally. So I would be in greenhouse, and I would hate every moment of it. That was a weird tangent to just say smarts. They're there, but no, not Ciel smarts. Where was I going with this?
I'd find it difficult to compete against you, Phantom Hive.
And I you. What a pair we make.
They start
Although
making
I
out.
could say the same with my friend in Purple House.
Oh? Is he the reason you paid us a visit?
Yes. I was hoping to see Derek Arden.
Yikes.
Did you say Derek?
The prefects had a blatant and visceral reaction to the mere mention of Derek's name.
You don't say.
Their drudges, however, were completely unaffected. I'll prod some more, see what comes up. We would write from time to time. He told me he was residing in Red House. So naturally, I was surprised to learn he'd transferred to Purple.
He did serve as my drudge whilst still at Red House. He was quite talented.
Yes, he was a highly capable fellow.
And also peculiar.
So what you're saying is, he was both a smart feller and a fart smeller.
Peculiar. Her Majesty's letter failed to mention Derek having any quirks.
Of course. He's a perfect young boy. He doesn't do anything weird. You're weird. My nephew, Derek is a wonderful boy with nothing wrong with him at all.
Purple House is for the odd. That is the specially talented students of Weston. That's what Derek's talent was.
Yo, literally all of my siblings would go to Purple House. They're all wacko.
Recall, sportsmanship,
Composition.
Poetry.
My, how ambitious.
Not that it matters. It was the headmaster who decided he should transfer houses.
and the headmaster is never mistaken.
As you know,
The headmaster's decisions are absolute.
Okay, so the headmaster's decisions being absolute makes sense. Like, that makes sense. Never wrong. Kim Jong-un.
Strange. It may traditionally be the headmaster's decision, but I'd expect the prefects to know his reasons. Given their earlier attitudes, I've no more doubts. The P4 have a secret they don't want uncovered. However, if I continue to press, I'd only be raising their suspicions. Best to let things be for now.
Princess, Daddy's calling. Princess, Princess. Daddy doesn't like it when you don't answer the phone, when you don't turn around when Daddy is calling to you. Princess. Yo, I should do I should do a Sebastian Princess. Upload it to the main channel and do like a ringtone. I could do that. You know, Patreon, if you want to go to Patreon to support, you can absolutely get. That's one of the tiers. One of the things in the tiers. I'll record anything, make it your phone, your ringtone, anything like that. That sounds amazing. I would love that so much.
When you asked me to meet you here, I thought it might be about something serious, but you just want to talk more about Derek. I'd always understood you to be indifferent to other people.
It just doesn't
Nope.
make sense. Given the inter-house hostilities, a transfer between them seems odd at best.
Rivalries run deep, yes. However, Arden wasn't the only one who was moved. I can't speak to the affairs of other houses, but I recall several other boys switching from Red to Purple House around that same time.
Well, I can see that everyone besides Derek doesn't have a face. Mayhaps is that why they transferred into the odd house?
What were their names?
Come off it! I said I don't know the details.
Why would multiple students transfer at once? Could they have been involved in some incident?
I haven't heard anything to suggest that. But it's what the headmaster decided.
Yes, of course. So even Edward is parroting that line.
Everybody's been parroting that line. That's the thing that I think that everybody has said. Maybe I'm just thinking about the introductory thing or whatever from episode 1, but I thought that everybody said, you know, the headmaster's reasoning is absolute. Also, this is like cult-like behavior. One of the things that like I really liked about like the game Doom Eternal, or Doom 2016. I haven't played Doom Eternal. I want to play Doom Eternal as Sebastian. I think that might be cool. But Doom 2016 did a good job of, you know, you'd pick up notes and it would show how, you know, level 1 employees, you know, just are like, you're doing a good cause. Try to get up to level 3 and you'll be paid good, even better. So then you work up your way to 2 and you get to 3. Then 3 says, now you're allowed to see some stuff. Hey, we got some ways to like live forever. We're working on some of this stuff. If you get higher up, you get to know what that stuff is. So you got to get to level 6. So you get to level 6, and then you're just so. And then as the tiers grow, there's also more things that you're doing for them. More you're getting into it, and the more this becomes your lifestyle and things that you just can't unknow or undo. And at this point, you're just realizing, you know, all the horrible things that are going on just to gain, eternal life, but it's so gradual that like you're bought into it because it's little by little. And that's the kind of thing that I'm seeing, is that everybody who's entry level at this school is just like, yes, headmaster always knows what's good, and the prefects always know what's good because they're with the headmaster and then the drudge, and it's this whole tier system, and they're wonderful. They do what's best for us. And then the closer you get, Ciel's like, oh, there's something strange going on. What is it? And then everybody else doesn't really know what it is. But then the prefects clearly know there's something going on. So the headmaster's definitely knows some crazy stuff. And I guarantee you there's somebody above the headmaster. So that's just such a crazy, like, cult-like behavior. It's such a cool psychological thing that happens that is just so interesting. To see. Like, it's obviously bad, but it's just really cool to see. Back to Black Butler.
Ciel,
I love you.
Come to Weston in the first place. Are you on guard dog duty?
The why is not for you to worry about.
All right, you're gonna have to remind me in the chat description, I should say. How does Edward know about guard dog duty? Because that is a closely guarded secret that Lizzie doesn't even know about, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe in the Book of Atlantic that's revealed a little bit, but I don't think so. It's just been so long since I've seen the entirety of the... Like, I've seen season 1 and 2, which aren't canon for the most part, and that doesn't reveal much. Book of Murder I've seen a whole bunch of times for the Minecraft series, and that doesn't reveal very much. So maybe there's something in Book of Atlantic, maybe Book of Circus, but I don't think so. I don't think Edward was even in that, and I think Lizzie was barely in it, if at all. So let me know if there's something that I'm just forgetting. Speaking of something that I was forgetting, so I don't see where Ciel is asking if it's gay to like femme boys. We must know. Or it is, I'm not seeing it. The closest thing I can see this is, are you getting excited just because he's handsome? Not allowed to say that word.
Transfers to Purple House. The only ones I know of aside from Derek are Gleason, Hardy, Thulis, and Isaac. They all transferred around the same time, but that was 6 months ago.
You know, they're talking about this within earshot of everybody else. And last time that happened, everybody was like, you're talking about somebody from another house? How dare you? But now it's totally fine.
I should have come to Macmillan about this first.
Say, why are you always so curious about the goings-on of the other houses?
Why are you so incurious about them?
Well, it's the headmaster's decision, isn't it?
Again, with that inane excuse.
He could have just been balancing the numbers. Purple House is full of eccentrics, and I hear it's not at all uncommon for them to drop out. But never mind that. Tell me everything you talked about with the P4.
I need to know!
Me too!
Forgive me. I just remembered I have drudge work to finish up. This will have to wait until some other time.
All right, then.
And we'll talk about this never. Thank you.
Be seeing you, Phantom Hive!
I'm done with this place.
Yo, so true. He's been at school for who knows how long, and he is done with it.
Excuse me. May I ask you gentlemen a question?
Oh, Derek Arden. I remember people saying he was a fast runner.
You mean the reputedly brilliant dancer? He did win an award for his painting.
He was a brilliant manuscript illuminator.
I have yet to find a single consistent description of Derek. Which begs the question, what sort of person was he at school? It doesn't help that no one is questioning his transfer to Purple House. They all just spout the same line at me.
Taking time away from the chums, aren't we?
Yes, Soma, he's back. He stayed.
Hello.
How long is Soma gonna be there? I mean, having another one on the inside, you know, he might as well stay there the whole time. But I thought he was just gonna stay there until he got his petty revenge.
Have I offended you somehow?
Uh-oh, Spaghetti-O.
You want to know about Derek Arden?
Yes. His continued absence from his lessons has me worried.
I'm impressed that you would show such concern for a boy who's outside your house.
Every student is important, not just those in my care.
And Derek was an excellent example of one.
Oh? If that's true, why was his house assignment changed?
Ah, Sebastian had a voice crack. Let's hear that one more
The
time.
student is important, not just those in my care.
And Derek was an excellent example of one.
Oh? If that's true, why was his house...
Why did they keep that in?
His assignment changed?
Can't say. Ultimately, it was the headmaster's decision.
Could his transfer...
Oh, because he's the vice president. Oh, I forgot about that. I mean, I still think there's somebody above the vice, or above the headmaster, but that's the vice headmaster or whatever.
Can't say. Ultimately, it was the headmaster's decision!
Master Agares!
Excuse me, pardon me, forgive me.
Are you all right? Shall I escort you to the infirmary?
There's no need. No real harm was done.
It's always on the forehead.
Sunt aliquid manes.
So that gets me thinking. Something about that head is not right. Obviously, but I mean, like, I feel like maybe that plays a significant role. He keeps smacking his head. Is it brainwash? Is that what that's so dumb. Just brainwash doesn't make sense, but like this level of like just like tiered list, but tiered, you know, brainwash makes sense, but like there's something else.
Letum non omnia finit. Luridaque eovictus.
Well, I suppose that is Sebastian's native language, the most evil language of all, French.
There you are, sir.
They're gonna kiss.
Hello? What brings you here at this hour? Can I help you find anything?
No. Good night to you, Master Michaelis.
I wish I could call Sebastian my master.
I apologize for my roughness. However, I'd noticed you were being watched.
Why haven't I seen that? I mean, I suppose the screenshot was never done. So, I wonder if that's got to be a manga panel too, because I feel like I would have seen that somewhere. Him just hanging on like that.
Seems I've drawn too much attention to myself. No matter, sniffing about wasn't working. Every last answer was the same. Oh, it was the headmaster's decision.
The faculty and staff responded similarly.
That's unfortunate. We've made no progress. I'll have to contact Derek directly then, by any and all methods available. Come along, Sebastian.
But young master, won't walking about campus this late earn you 2 wives?
And is it not the instructors who mete out said punishments, Master Michaelis?
Oh yes, you clever boy.
Oh, they're dumbing down Sebastian. It's so sad. It's just like he's the exposition for plot holes. It's like, but he'd get in trouble. Well, but you don't need to explain it. He's right there. Or you could explain it by being like, I never thought of that. Just, come on. Ciel's not a demon, right? Not anymore, because that was season 2, which was non-canonical. I'm still kind of confused by that, if anyone wants to explain.
Well, by what means shall you be reaching out to Lord Derek, I wonder?
Seance, like in Velma.
Trespassing?
Trespassing?
That won't be an issue. Since we can't go inside to get him, we'll just force him out!
There's no shot. Ah, yes.
Are you familiar with Article 87 of Weston College's school regulations, Master Michaelis?
In the case of an emergency, such as a fire within a school building or a boarding house, all students must promptly evacuate to the schoolyard where they shall wait for their prefect to call roll.
It sure is a good thing that landed somewhere that was going to catch something on fire, and now the entire place is on fire, and now Ciel is going to have flashbacks to when his house burned down.
Precisely.
Lamau.
Engaging in this devious behavior is grounds for expulsion.
Devious lick!
If you get caught, that is. However,
Yes, keep standing
it's
there.
appropriate for the guard dog of the Queen.
Fire! Someone tell the prefect!
I look forward to meeting you, Derek Arden.
Well, things got very interesting there. Wow. It just straight up went to arson, which is so like him, unfortunately. Yeah. That was certainly an interesting way to end things. They're just standing there. Everybody is waking up to the fire and, oh no, fire! And they're just gonna stand out there being like, hey, is there a fire going on? What's up? And then also, like, the idea that a fire is going on would at least alert everybody else to a fire going on. And I feel like everybody else would get up. And then if everybody got up, then everybody would have to take roll call. So Ciel needs to get back to Blue House and just be there for roll call. I would assume that the roll call has to be done to see if there was anyone who was missing, you know, and he can call and say, hey, this, you know, we have a high likelihood that there was this person. Not to mention, he's already made such a big, you know, a lot of people have noticed him asking about people transferring from red to purple, and now there just happens to be a fire in purple. I feel like there's going to be a whole lot of eyes on him. Like, there's nothing going to be concrete, obviously. He's going to have to keep his head low for the next episode. Probably the next half of an episode is going to be trying to find him and stuff like that. And then the episode after that would probably be the one where he's like, I cannot take risks. Ugh. But anyway, yeah, that was exciting. I'm definitely episode for Ready 5. I'm not having as strong you are. Smell burning toast. So, 10 more likes. 10 likes total to see episode 5. That's the only way I can watch it. We got to 10 last time, and I'm so excited. We're ready to keep going. We're ready to keep going. So, 10 likes. If you want to support me on Patreon, you can also do so, and get merch, too. And I'll see you in the next video. Peace.